Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. If the presence of the Pic de Nord at the end of the stage should remove any chance of victory from the pure sprinters, it doesn't mean that this stage could not play an important role in the race for the green jersey. Any sprinters who are able to climb could try to join the early breakaway and use it to rake in a maximum of points.
We've got enough of a points lead for the polka dot jersey. There's no way we can lose it today. Keep it up! The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go. The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go.
The gap is decreasing. The peloton has not given up.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group.
The first rider to the top of the next climb will pocket 1 point for the climber's jersey.
Okay, we'll consume a feed.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily.
The men at the front are 10 kilometers from the first intermediate sprint. It will be fought at in Mazamet, birthplace of the renowned French champion Laurent Jalabert.
The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
The riders are beginning the ascent of the Pic du Nord, the real strategic point of the stage. Even though its summit lies more than 40 kilometers from the finish, it offers the final opportunity of the day to gain the upper hand and eliminate anyone who can sprint, because afterwards it's basically downhill all the way to the finish in Carcassonne.
Okay, we'll consume a feed. Okay, I'm coming to protect you. Okay, I'll consume a feed. I'll make a big effort on the relay.
30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
Okay, we'll relay flat out. It is not always a good idea to be too many in a breakaway, as the others will not necessarily want to cooperate with us.
The next summit is ranked first category. The first scores 10 points towards the best climber classification.
He's asked his teammates to chase you down because you're dangerous for the overall standings. You're going to have to try and hold out. Excellent. You increase your lead on the overall climber standings.
plus vite, plus vite, plus vite. Allez, vas-y, on est avec toi. Lâche rien.
Allez, plus vite. Allez, on lâche rien.
Only 20 kilometers left for the stage leader. Watch out, he's going on the attack.
Allez, on est avec toi. Courage, continue. Allez.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers.
Plus vite, continue comme ça. Allez.
Go! Another 10 kilometers. It won't be easy, but give it a try.
is turning the screw.
Continue comme ça. Tu vas gagner.
5 kilometers. It's going to be tight.
On est avec toi.
Allez, courage, on continue.
You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price.
On y va.
The last kilometre. The man in front will soon be able to raise his arms. It's unlikely he'll be caught now. The last kilometre. It will be settled in a sprint. Nobody's managed to get away.
Keep it up. No need to force it. It's yours to lose. Well done. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
He succeeded in avoiding all the pitfalls to win today. Here is the winner. He's amongst the leading riders this we can say. He is in spark.
Well done, lads. Congratulations to you. We were the pre-race favourites, and you lived up to the role with brio. Well done for this win. We retain the... Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. It's a day in the mountains. The finish isn't decided at the top of the climb. but the route is challenging, and it's an important day for the general classification. I hope you're in good condition, because we've got to defend the yellow jersey, even if defending it remains...
Hello and welcome to all. There is a long stage on today's menu, with the Col de Porte d'Aspet, the Col de Monte and the Col of the Portillon, as well as 220 kilometers in the saddle. A rider will need to know both how to climb and to pace himself, if he hopes to win.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary. The breakaway can't widen the gap. 1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work. The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary. The breakaway can't widen the gap. The next difficulty is listed as a Category 4.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings.
Yes, there's not a lot going on. The first riders have reached the intermediate sprint.
The race leaders are into the feed zone. The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings.
Continue comme ça.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy to attack. Okay, we'll consume a feed.
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group. The race leaders are beginning the climb of the Porte d'Aspet. It's a second category, 5.5 kilometer climb.
Okay, we'll relay hard.
No let up for the riders. The front of the race is already onto the ascent of the Col de Monte, a pass with a steep and unremitting slope.
I'll make a big effort on the relay. Okay, I'll consume a feed. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The riders now begin the descent to the Col de Monte. They must stay vigilant because the way down is fairly technical.
He's got his teammates riding because in front there's a rider who's dangerous to him in the overall standings. I'll make a big effort on the relay.
Continuez comme ça, les gars. Allez.
Allez les gars, on continue.
Okay, we'll relay hard.
The descent is now over for the first riders. There's about 20 kilometers to go before the final ascent of the day, the Col du Portillon. Here we are at the foot of the last mountain pass of the stage, the Portillon. With an ascent of a little over 8 kilometers on a slope of close to 7%, there can be no doubt that we shall see attacks. Once again, the riders are going to have to stay vigilant after the summit, because the descent is dangerous, and it could be key in deciding who takes the stage win. The Portillon is classified as second category, but the points will be doubled on this climb, so there will be 10, 6, 4 and 2 points for the first 4 to the summit.
I'll make a big effort on the relay. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The descent from the Portillon isn't long, but it's technical. The riders will have to be careful.
I'll go full out on the relay.
Nobody's managed to get away on the climb. Perhaps everything will be played out on the descent.
I'll make a big effort on the relay.
Vosotros podéis.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings. Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
Only 5 kilometers left for the lead riders. The winner is one of them.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders.
The red pennant is in sight for the front of the race.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
He is in sparkling form and you can clap him loudly. Here's the yellow. We can say he's amongst the leading.
This result is clearly not up to my expectations. It isn't catastrophic, but when you've got victory in mind, it's obviously a disappointment. We retain the yellow jersey. It's today's source of comfort. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today's route is hilly and a leg breaker. Perfect for attacking, which should suit the punchers. Given that we're heading the general classification, we'll have to set the pace at the front of the peloton. For me, our lead should be enough to keep us out of danger. I'm counting on...
Hello everyone! Today's stage has all the ingredients to excite the contenders for final victory. A tiring route, a plateau exposed to the wind, and narrow roads. It's not the mountains, but the tension will be palpable.
We've got enough of a points lead for the polka dot jersey. There's no way we can lose it today. Keep it up! The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The riders are already onto the first difficulty of the day, the Monte de Nav d'Aubrac. With 9 kilometers at an average of over 6%, it will require the qualities of a climber to successfully join the early breakaway.
Riders are already being dropped at the back of the peloton. It won't be a great day for them.
There will be 10 mountain jersey points for the riders first over the top.
Understood. I'll take it easy whatever happens. Okay, I'll consume a feed. Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Breakaway over. There will be little respite at the start of the stage. After the summit, the riders will head straight to the second difficulty that counts for the best climber classification.
Okay, I'll consume a feed. Understood. I'll take it easy whatever happens. I'll relay.
Go, go! You can liven up the race. There's no bus blocking the finish line.
I'll take it easy on the relay.
Only the first 4 riders to the top will score points in the mountain standings.
The peloton is 2 kilometers from the top of the climb.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
The riders are now on the Obrak Plateau. They will need to be on their guard because the area is exposed with no shelter from the wind.
I'll take it easy on the relay.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily. The gap is widening. No need to panic, guys. There's nobody dangerous for the overall standings.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
We'll take it easy whatever happens. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
30 seconds lead for the head of the race. The break is still not done. It's difficult to escape today.
The peloton is 2 kilometers from the top of the climb. I'll make a big effort on the relay.
The front runners are 10 kilometers from the first intermediate sprint.
The front of the peloton is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint. The sprint is approaching. We must take maximum points if we want to stay in the race for the green jersey. Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
The head of the race is now starting the climb of the vol.III, the last major difficulty that faces the riders.
It's an uneven climb, guys. The biggest percentages will hit you after 4 kilometers. It will be a very narrow road. Stay up front. Okay, I'm coming to protect you. Okay, we'll consume a feed.
Allez les gars, courage!
I'll go full out on the relay.
Vas-y, Nibali.
You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit. We need to score points for the polka dot jersey. It's essential if we want to strengthen our position as leader. He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings. Excellent. You increase your lead on the overall climber standings.
The first are over and into the descent. There are 30 kilometers left.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. Okay, but I won't be very effective because I'm full out.
Allez, plus vite. Plus vite. Plus vite. Bravo. Allez, tu peux y arriver.
I'll try and hinder relays. You're the one with the most points for the green jersey in the breakaway. I'll go full out on the relay.
Allez les gars, on continue.
If you're feeling good, you can try to drop the others on the next short climb. Otherwise, stay tucked in and try to win it in the sprint.
Okay, but I won't be very effective because I'm full out.
There will be 2 and 1 point for the mountain standings. The road to Principalmente is mostly downhill, but there's no question of freewheeling it, because the slope isn't that steep. The riders will have to keep pedaling, otherwise opponents who have been dropped could catch up. The head of the race is less than 10 kilometers from the finish. He's moving on to the attack. We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers. He may aim for a place in the overall standings, but his manager could ask him to devote himself to the other team leader if his own performance is below expectation. He's turning the screw. Breakaway over.
You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price. Come on, concentrate on the sprint. It will be a very wide road. Go! You're going to win! You've got to believe!
Only 5 kilometers left for the breakaway riders to settle it. If anyone wants to avoid the sprint, they mustn't wait much longer. Last kilometre for breakaway riders. The final sprint will soon be launched.
He is in sparkling form and you can clap him loudly. He is in sparkling form.
The podium is good, but I was expecting more from you. We should have won. We retain the yellow jersey. It's today's source of comfort. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. As we've got the yellow jersey, well... Today's result is most unsatisfactory. If things had gone our way, I reckon that we could have got into the top 5. We retain the yellow jersey. It's a perfect day. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. It's a day in the mountains. The finish isn't decided at the top of the climb, but the route is challenging, and it's an important day for the general classification. I hope you...
Hello and welcome to all. The succession of mountain passes, Aspin, Tourmalet, Border, Soulard and Aubisque, will be a severe physical test. A real opportunity to try and overturn the general classification. Or, on the other hand, to assert one's supremacy and permanently seal a place at the top of the leaderboard.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary. First climb counting towards the mountains classification. Today, the Côte de Cap Vert. Classified as third category, it can be considered an aperitif for the other climbs on the menu.
First riders have reached the intermediate sprint.
The front of the race will soon be getting down to the sheerest business. In less than 5 kilometers, they'll begin the ascent of the Col d'Aspin.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way. The Col d'Aspin will bring 10 points to the rider who's first over the top.
Okay, I'll consume a feed. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap.
The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings. The gap isn't changing much. The Tourmalet will be the second major pass to be climbed today. Classic among the classics, it is the most visited pass on the route to the Tour de France, with almost 80 crossings. The first riders are beginning the ascent to the Tourmalet. If in the first 5 kilometers after Sainte-Marie-de-Campan the percentages are fairly reasonable, the rest of the ascent is far more demanding, because the slope hardly drops below 8%. A relentless climb.
I'll make a big effort on the relay.
Another 10 kilometers before the summit of the Tourmalet. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey.
Okay, I'll consume a feed. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The tourmalet is classified all category and earns 25 points towards the polka dot jersey for the first rider on top.
I'll relay. I'll take it easy on the relay. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way. The gap isn't changing much. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey.
The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton.
The race will soon enter its decisive phase, with the Col de Border, Col du Soulor and Col d'Aubisque triptych, a demanding succession of climbs without let-up, where the riders who are feeling good will try to edge clear. The pass does not have a reputation for being very difficult, but the riders will nevertheless have to be wary of the final 2 kilometers, where the slope can easily go over 12%. 1.5 minutes lead for the head of the race over the favourites. There will be 10 mountain jersey points for the riders first over the top. The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group. The riders up front have a 1-minute lead on the favourites group. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey. The ascent of the Col du Soulor is underway, a steep climb but with a steady and even slope. Any riders who are feeling good should take advantage and go on the offensive, because the Col d'Aubisque is far less selective. The first 6 riders at the top will pocket the points towards the polka dot jersey. There will be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 point to be gained. The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer. Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Dale ahí, que ya lo terminamos.
I'll make a big effort on the relay.
¡Vamos, chicos! ¡Vamos, ¡venga, chavales!
The lead rider has 30 seconds on the favourites.
I'll go full out on the relay.
¡Vamos, rayos amarillos!
Watch out, there's an attack.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings. Excellent. You increase your lead on the overall climber standings.
The riders will now attack the Col de Bisque, the last climb of the day before dropping down towards the finish. The start of the ascent is easy going, but bit by bit the slope gets steeper to reach an average of 7% in the last 2 kilometers. The Obisque is only classified as second category, but the points are doubled at the summit, so there will be 10, 6, 4 and 2 points to be gleaned for the polka dot jersey classification.
Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
A lone rider sets off on the descent.
Keep going!
It's not an especially technical climb. Excluding carelessness, the gaps shouldn't widen. At the bottom of the descent, there will be 2 kilometers of flat road to reach the finish.
Okay, I'll consume a feast.
¡Más rápido, venga!
Go! Another 10 kilometers to retain the jersey. Only 5 kilometers left. Go, go, again!
Another 2 kilometers for the lead rider. Victory is within his grasp. The red pennant is in sight for the front of the race.
It is the red pennant. 1 more kilometer of effort.
He succeeded in avoiding all the pitfalls to win today. He's amongst the leading riders this year. He will climb onto the podium to receive his jersey and he is in...
Well done, lads. Congratulations to you. We were the pre-race favourites, and you lived up to the role with brio. Well done for this win. We retain the yellow jersey. It's a perfect day. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Theoretically, we've got enough of the lead to still be in yellow tonight. Good time trial to all of you.
The last rider to set off in this individual time trial is on the starting ramp. A few more seconds until he goes. Come on, let's give him a big hand.
A long and difficult time trial awaits you. The route is never flat, with a succession of climbs and descents. Do your best to find the right level of effort.
¡Eso es!
It's easier now. Go! Go!
¡Venga, ánimo! ¡Dale! ¡Vamos!
You're on to a much flatter section now. Go on, show us your ruler qualities.
¡Vamos! ¡Ánimo! ¡Vamos! ¡Eso es! ¡Aprieta! ¡Más rápido!
Go on. In 5 kilometers, it's the first intermediate time check.
¡Keep it up!
The road goes downhill for 1 kilometer before starting to rise again. Soon the first time check. Keep going, lad. Go on. It's not bad. You're managing your effort pretty well. Go, go! Stay focused! Go, go! Go! It's downhill to the next village. Go! Go! Go on! You've done half the route. Go! The climbs in the second half are steeper. Hang on in there. Grit those teeth. Come on! You're over the top! Only 10 kilometers left. Go! Go! Come on! Now it's downhill. You'll soon be at the second time check. You're in front at the last time check. Good. Keep up the pace. You're in with a chance of victory. Go! 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 The 5 kilometer marker is coming up. The last climb is dead steep, but afterwards it's downhill all the way. You won't need much energy to reach the finish. Go on! Hang on in there! It's not very long, but it's very steep. Go! 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 Dig deep! Go! Go! It's almost over. Grip those teeth!
He is all smiles as he climbs onto the podium. We can say he tops.
Well done, lads. Congratulations to you. We were amongst the outsiders, but you managed to beat the favourites. Well done for this win. We retain the yellow jersey. It's a perfect day. It's the final stage, guys. The main thing to...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The final stage on the Champs-Élysées is always one of the most coveted. In the past, sprinters seeking the prestige of a victory in Paris have sometimes been caught off guard. But it hasn't happened very often. With the specialists who currently dominate the discipline, it's an even more demanding challenge. The riders will follow the Seine, passing in front of the Eiffel Tower, and will cross the Pont Royal before entering the prestigious circuit. The riders will have 4 laps to do. The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
30 seconds lead for the head of the race. 2 more laps. The end of this tour is not far off. The breakaway's over. Let's start all over again. The peloton is beginning the final lap. The sprinter's team will continue to set a heavy tempo to avoid attacks.
Okay, we'll consume a feed. sprint! Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
He is all smiles as he climbs onto the podium. Applaud him. Here is the winner of the Champs-Élysées stage. Congratulations to him. He really was the strongest. He fully deserves this prestigious victory. He succeeded in avoiding all the pitfalls of the route while mastering his rivals. But here's the grand victor of this Tour de France. Today, consistent throughout this tour, he managed. Now we will welcome the best climber of this edition. Always present at the front, we can say that he has laid his mark upon the race and that this polka dot jersey is a just reward for all the efforts he has made. Come on, let's applaud him loudly. With this jersey on his shoulders, there's no doubt that we should see him play a leading role for a few more years. We now welcome the white jersey of this tour.
Well done, guys. We're where we should be. We were aiming for a top 5 spot, and you did the job. I'm happy with that. We finish with the yellow...